What's up, my comic comrades? For Villains Month, we absolutely wanted to give you guys an alternate versions episode, but selecting which villain to focus on was a bit challenging because there's a crap ton of great ones to choose from. However, considering the MCU has made Thanos one of the most recognizable villains in the world, along with him already being one of the best villains to ever hit the pages of a Marvel comic, we decided he was the best way to go. But before we dive in, we want to quickly remind you that our variant edition of Power Rangers issue 55 by artist Raf Grassetti is available right now with Comic Tom's November Mystery Mail Call, exclusively for you, the Variant Nation. Having said that, the demand has been insanely high since we announced on Friday, and we are already down to about 150 slots available. So if you want to get your hands on a copy of one of these extremely limited Raf Grassetti variants of Power Rangers issue 55, along with some other dope pieces included in the November Mystery Mail Call, pause the video and go to comictom101.com/variant or click the link in the description to lock in your spot. Because I promise you, if you wait, they will be gone. This is a dope cover, and it's of the Green Ranger, the most popular Power Ranger ever created. And when you click on the link, you'll get full details about the variant issue and everything else you're gonna get in the November box, as well as a special Variant Nation price, so jump on this exclusive collectible while you still can. Okay, since we haven't done an alternate versions episode in a while, let me briefly remind you that we're not gonna name every alternate version of Thanos created for comics. Instead, we're gonna focus on the best and or our favorite versions. And as always, we're gonna stick to the comic book versions, so there's not gonna be any video game or movie versions of Thanos included on our list. But with that covered, let's kick this pig. The first version of Thanos to mention is, of course, the main continuity version from Earth 616, aka the version all other versions of Thanos are based on. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Thanos, he's an Eternal with the Deviant gene, which makes him extremely unique and extremely powerful. Thanos is also infatuated with death. Literally, he's in love with the embodiment of Mistress Death. The dude has caused more trouble in the Marvel Universe than almost any other villain, and he's done this with a combination of his intelligence, strength, power, and above all else, his ambition. Knowing that, it's easy to see how he's wielded the Cosmic Cube, the Infinity Gauntlet, and even the Heart of the Universe. Everyone's familiar with the Cosmic Cube and the Infinity Gauntlet, but you might not be so familiar with the Heart of the Universe. Well, the Heart of the Universe is an object that makes the user the supreme being of the Marvel Universe, and Thanos wielded it, so it's easy to see why he's got the nickname the Mad Titan. For me, personally, nothing will beat the normal 616 Thanos, but he does have some pretty cool alternate versions, and the first one is Captain America Thanos. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's a version of Thanos that became Captain America, and yes, friends, yes, there is. It all happened in the What If Infinity Thanos issue written by Josh Williamson. Essentially what happens is the Builders, an ancient race of aliens founded by Captain Universe, who have become one of the greatest threats to the universe, kidnap Thanos' son. So Thanos tricked the Avengers into helping him free his son. Thanos even killed Captain America in the process, telling Thor and the rest of the Avengers that Captain America died a hero's death, killing the last of the Builder command. And after the Avengers and Thanos defeat the Builders, Thor says, "How can I trust your tale of Captain America's defeat, Thanos?" And Thanos replies while holding Cap's shield, saying, "Strike me down if you must, Thor. But first ask yourself, have I not defended your world, the whole of reality? Allow me to carry on your friend's legacy and finish what he started. All the Builders are dead, but there are still worlds to save." Thor says, "Then stand and let us avenge him and all who have fallen." To which Thanos says, "For Captain America, Avengers assemble," becoming the new Captain America and leader of the Avengers. It's a quick yet fun story, one I didn't think we would ever see. Next up, we have Earth 15061 Thanos, or 20XX Thanos. This version of Thanos first appeared in US Avengers issue 1 and then died an issue later in US Avengers issue 2. This Thanos is very similar to the main continuity Thanos from the 616 universe. Literally, they were identical up until the point when he went to Earth in search of the Cosmic Cube that was being kept there. And this is where things differ, because Thanos then used Project Pegasus technology to craft a pair of Cosmic Cube ISO gauntlets. That's right, this Thanos created not one, but two, a pair of Cosmic Cube empowered gauntlets. He then uses these gauntlets to kill half of the heroes on Earth, just to send a message to the entire universe that he was back and he's not to be trifled with. Like, I'm talking about dude straight up killed Red Hulk, Doctor Strange, Star-Lord, Nova, the Inhumans, Ms. Marvel, Thor, Storm, and the list goes on. Thanos would then proclaim this Massacre Zero Day. But even as badass as Thanos was wielding his Cosmic Cube empowered gauntlets, evil always falls. And that stayed true here when Black Widow formed the Avengers Initiative and mobilized whoever was left. Between magic and science, they finally managed to take him down, but nothing was ever the same again. And that was told to us by Danielle Cage. aka Captain America of 20XX. Now, if you're thinking the time I mentioned earlier where Thanos became Captain America is the only version of Thanos that led the Avengers, you'd be wrong, because he also led the Avengers in Thanos issue 10 by Jeff Lemire. The issue starts off with Abomination holding Sam Wilson, Captain America, by the throat as we see a bunch of other fallen Avengers by their side, like Spider-Man, Thor, Hercules, and Wasp. But on the next page, Spider-Man yells, "The cavalry's here," as Thanos comes flying in with Vision, Ironheart, Ms. Marvel, and Daredevil yelling, "Avengers assemble." When they land, Thanos says, "Ironheart, Daredevil, take care of the wounded. Vision, Ms. Marvel, keep the crowd back." Captain America then says, "Glad to see you, big guy." And then Abomination says to Thanos, "The champion of Titan. I was wondering when you'd show up." Thanos says to him, "You bore me, Blonsky, and you hurt my friends. No one harms Thanos' friends," as he blasts Abomination and then jumps on him, beating the crap out of him, while saying, "Let this be a warning. The city is under my protection. This world is under my protection," as he defeats Abomination. Thor then says, "Remind me to never get on your bad side, Thanos." And he replies, "We're just lucky no one was killed here today, Thor." Spider-Man then says, "Lighten up, guy. They love us. Thanos and the Avengers. There's nothing we can't do," as the civilians cheer for Thanos. Then on the next page, we find out this is all an elaborate hallucination that's taking place inside the garden. What I'm saying is there's a dream version of Thanos that leads the Avengers, and he's not called the Mad Titan, but rather the champion of Titan. Next, we have a group of alternate Thanoses called the Thanosi. The Thanosi are a group of rogue hybrid clones created by the original Thanos in the Infinity Abyss storyline. Essentially, in the storyline, the main original Thanos spliced his DNA with other DNA, creating new hybrid Thanoses. Some of these versions of Thanos would be Mystic, a hybrid of Thanos and Doctor Strange, Warrior, a hybrid of Thanos and Gladiator, X, a hybrid of Thanos and Professor X, and then my favorite one, Omega, a mixture of Thanos and motherfreaking Galactus, meaning Omega is easily the strongest of all the clones and even more powerful than the original Galactus. Omega literally makes him look cute. That alone says a whole heck of a lot, but because of all this, Thanos considers Omega to be the biggest mistake that he's ever made. So much so, it almost cost Thanos his life to destroy Omega, and he couldn't even do it alone. He had to get help from the Avengers. Moving along, we have Poison Thanos, but he should really be called Venom Thanos, as he's basically Thanos with the Venom symbiote. It all went down in the Venomverse event that started back in 2017 at Marvel. It was revealed in Edge of Venomverse issue 2 that there existed a race of alien creatures who ate symbiotes called the Poisons. The Poisons existed in an alternate reality and would infect a host, which in turn gave the host newfound symbiote powers gained from eating the symbiotes. And an alternate reality Thanos was one of their victims, giving us one of the most terrifying versions of Thanos ever. In fact, he was so powerful, he was second in command of the Hive being a cabal of the strongest infected heroes and villains. Keeping things moving yet again, we also have Cancerverse Thanos. In the Cancerverse, death has been defeated and everything is ruled by the many-angled ones, a race of eldritch abominations that live in the spaces between realities. Anyway, this race corrupted the entire universe, turning it into an undying army. And of course, Thanos was no exception, meaning he was now one of their undying soldiers. One of the major differences with this Thanos, besides looking pretty terrifying and gross, having eyeballs on his limbs and a starfish-shaped mouth with teeth on his chest, is that he is completely mindless and just acts as a servant to the many-angled ones. Next up is probably the funniest version of Thanos on this list, and that would be Thinos. Not Thanos, but rather Thinos. This character briefly appeared in What the issue 11. In it, he's one of the many heroes and villains celebrating the new year at a place called Bud Suds. We literally only see him on one panel, and a character says, "Look, it's Thinos, evil star-spanning destroyer of worlds," as we see a very thick-looking Thanos dancing with Lady Death. I mean, look at those thighs. Forget crushing watermelons with them, like I'm sure we've all seen videos of people doing. He could crush worlds with those bad boys. Then, of course, we have Zombie Thanos from the Marvel Zombies universe. The first and last time we see Zombie Thanos is in Marvel Zombies 2, issue 1. Essentially, in this universe, all of our heroes and villains in the Marvel universe have turned into zombies. But we see at the beginning of this issue, they're running out of food to eat, aka they're running out of flesh. Thanos starts arguing with Hulk, saying, "We wouldn't be in this situation if this one didn't eat twice as much as the rest of us." Hulk responds, "Quiet, Prune Chin. Hulk cannot eat more than his fair share." Prune Chin should shut up before Hulk forgets how bad he must taste. Zombie Iron Man then says, "Stop, both of you, right now." At which point Zombie Hulk smashes Zombie Thanos' head with a Hulk clap, saying Hulk has stopped it. Now Hulk could eat for two, eating his portions. Problem solved. That's right, Zombie Thanos only lasted 3 pages. Clearly not his best outing. Keeping this Thanos train moving, of course, we have the Ultimate Universe Thanos. Now, for those of you who have read the Ultimate Universe comics, you know for the most part, it made its characters weaker than the main 616 versions. Well, Thanos is clearly the exception in this universe because he's basically a god. Dude quite literally is the ruler of the Endless Resurgence, which is a massive empire that consists of thousands of worlds that exist on another plane of existence. That's a lot of zists. He also found the Cosmic Cube 30,000 years ago and used it to expand his conquest across the universe, killing anyone who got in his way. Now, remember how I said he was nearly a god? Well, his immense power is one of those reasons, but he could also resurrect himself and others from the dead. Yeah, that's the thing that Thanos could do, as well as having cosmic awareness, incredible mind control, and he claimed he could transfer his followers' souls from one body to another and control what form their next life would take. Next up, we have another hilarious version of Thanos called Thermos from What the Issue 24. Essentially, the Marvel characters were given a Mad Magazine style type makeover, becoming ridiculous parodies of Marvel characters. Thanos in this crazy weird reality is called Thermos, who wanted to control the Infinity Mitt and then wanted to barbecue Marvel superheroes on a gigantic grill. Most definitely the oddest version of Thanos on this list, which says a lot because Thinos is on this list. Longtime watchers of the show know that every Alternate Versions episode I have to mention a version of the character that's from the Amalgam universe. And this next version is from that universe, and he's called Thanoside. He's a hybrid of Thanos and kind of the character Thanos was modeled after, Darkseid. Thanoside is one of the top 2 most dangerous villains in the Amalgam universe, the other being Dr. Doomsday, an amalgamation of Dr. Doom and Doomsday. But the main reason Thanoside is so dangerous and powerful is kind of obvious, because he has the combined strength, agility, durability, and every other power of Thanos and Darkseid. I mean, what else do I have to say? He's a mixture of Thanos and Darkseid. That's essentially the ultimate villain combination, as they're both universe-level threats. Plus, Thanos being the Marvel version of Darkseid essentially means it makes all the sense in the world that they would combine in this universe, making the ultimate villain. And even though there's way more alternate versions of Thanos out there, the last one we're gonna mention today is Thanos Wins Thanos from Donny Cates' Thanos run. This is a possible future version of Thanos where he fulfilled his dream of destroying the universe and wiping out every living thing. He killed all of Earth's heroes with the exception of like 1 or 2, at which point he went on to kill the rest of the universe, killing every cosmic being, including Galactus, all in the name of pleasing his one true love, Lady Death. This is probably my favorite alternate version of Thanos, as it's a possible future version of Thanos that basically accomplishes his dream and mission of destroying everything just to please Lady Death. The only thing left standing in his way is Silver Surfer, who's wielding Thor's hammer. But there you have it, my comic comrades, several alternate versions of Thanos. Let us know what your favorite alternate version of Thanos is, whether it was or wasn't on this list. Also in the comment section, let us know what other characters you would like to see get alternate versions episodes. First up for the week of October the 21st, we have Venom issue 29. Eddie Brock and his son Dylan are trapped in an unfamiliar world. But if there's one thing Eddie is good at, it's making friends, right? Next, we have Maestro Hulk issue 3. The Hulk meets the Maestro, and it's not who you expect it to be. And when a band of rebels try to recruit the Hulk to fight beside them, his answer sends shockwaves through the dystopia. Now we have Batman 101. A new day dawns in Gotham City, and the horrific aftermath of the Joker War is only starting to unfold. How has the Joker's rampage affected the citizens of Gotham City? What legacy did the Clown Prince of Crime leave, and how will it hit the Dark Knight? And finally, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 55. The Power Rangers Thunderzords versus the Dark Rangers Terrazords, and nothing will ever be the same. Plus, the shocking first appearance of the character no Power Rangers fan ever expected in this last issue of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But fret not, they're going to be starting new issues with Mighty Morphin 1 and Power Rangers issue 1. And just like that, that brings another episode of Variant to a close. But like I always say, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to check out this episode right here. And if you like our channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. It always helps us out. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.